Evening guys and girls, 20 past 10, day 10. Yes, there's been controversy and all sorts on the forums and differences of opinions, but that's what forums are for. No. This isn't going to be another rant, trust me. Now, I've been thinking, actually, reading through the posts and thinking about it. At the moment, I'm trialling this Eric one on a 3 dump basis, and I'm going to do a dump this evening, and I'm going to take the bits out and see how clean they are and blah blah blah, and we're going to do the usual water test. But I have been thinking, because whilst I was doing my other chores today, I mean, please excuse me, the temperature's dropped in here, so I've put the cover on the small tank. But I do, on this tank, I do a daily hoover of the floor, I do a water change. I mean, I drop the water to about this level and then I top it back up. I have no problems with clarity. Well, as you can see, I have no problems with clarity in there at all. I mean, that is just running off 2 800 litres and our canister pumps, which get stripped cleaned every sort of like 4 to 5 days. As with my own K1 system, I dump the easy section, which down there, that is 45 litres. I drop that every day, religiously, and then top back up. I bubble clean it every 3 to 4 days, just like you would an Easy Pod or a Nexus, blah blah blah. I have no problems with clarity and levels and so forth and so on. Could the problems that I am having or are being noticed in my fish be because they have gone from the small tank, which is 154 gallons, which was being dumped daily, to a larger tank with new water and a new filter that is now showing lots of nitrite but only getting fresh water every 3rd day. Now, I'm not asking for another row or so forth and so on, but it is something to think about. Could that be an issue? Anyway, that aside, we're going to lift up the lid. As I said, we've made a few modifications. I've tilted up a little bit, so we have got a little bit of an angle on there now, and I know there is a little bit of angle on there now because it was sitting there absolutely perfectly bang on level. We've got the little clips on the air bars now as well. I haven't yet managed to get a washing up brush to brush across the front of the brush box, and because I'm not really bothered, because I disinfect my hands with baby wipes and stuff every time I go to a different tank and stuff, so this bit to me isn't an issue. So for me, I'm just going to give that a little brush off myself. Now, this is just my way of doing it at the moment, even at 14 degrees. Fuck, that's cold. Okay, so that we've done that, we'll stop the pump. We're done. With my little peg that I've made, what I do is once it gets down to the last quarter, I then lift the brush box up and I put my little peg underneath, which then lets the last of the dregs go. As you can see, that's the last of the dregs going down. It should empty that a little bit quicker because, as I say, we are on a slope now. I would say that has pretty much stopped now. So if I pass that back to you a second, Steve. Go straight out the unit. Don't forget, guys, that is 3 days worth of shit. Now, there you go. Brush box itself is pretty darn clean. The bio area, there is a little bit on there. Some of that is food that's got through, but there is a gritty substance there as well. So I would say that's a little bit part muck and a little bit part gritty Eric sand. Yeah, I can feel it in between my fingers there. Can you see it? That is actually gritty when I run it between my fingers. So what I'm going to do is, because my water is a little bit cloudy and they are looking a bit grumpy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this valve up. I'm going to fill her up, and then I will just dump it so everyone can see exactly how quick and how effective it is with the air going. Like I say, we are here to record everything. Don't forget, it does take a little bit of time to fill up, even though it's only 21 gallons, because I am only going at 300 gallons an hour. The flow has been slowed down drastically for what the pump was pushing out. To answer someone's question, as far as I know, I've spoken to the gentleman who's lent me this pump, and as far as I'm aware, it is a solids handling pump. Wasabi, I think that was, wanted to know that one. So here we go. In fact, the same pump, it's an Aqua King, 4,600 litres, come from Aqua Aquatics. So we're about halfway there now. Now you can actually see the turbulence created by the air bars with the without the Eric mats in there. But I've got to be honest, I think there is more crap left on the bottom at an angle as opposed to a flat, but maybe it'll be different in a week or so's time when I start trialling it on a daily dump basis. Almost there. can actually see, if you look, there is in fact a tide mark down the top of the filter, so it gives you an idea just how much. I mean, me personally, I would like a little bit more play on the outlet pipe down there, but I have already documented that, and if it goes into production, that will more than likely be addressed. Right, we're nearly at that point where it's full, so get ready to turn off the pump. Right, that's the pump turned off, flat valves kicked in. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I put that at just slightly over 15 seconds for the main body of water to actually go down the 2-inch pipe. And then the remainder of seconds you are looking at really is just what's left. And even after leaving things running, we do still have a little bit down that area. But if that's all I've got to contend with after 3 days, I'd be happy with that. Alright, I'll be back in a minute and we'll do a water test.